Welcome to this Q&A session with the CEO of BoMill, Andreas Jeppsson. So Andreas, welcome to you. It's been a very busy but very productive 2022, and now you're ready to launch BoMill InSight.
Yeah, many thanks, Klaus. Yes, we have had a good start of the year, indeed. Yeah, I agree.
And you came out with a press release in January about BoMill InSight. Could you very briefly first describe for new investors about BoMill?
Yeah, so the whole approach for BoMill is that the fact that we will be more and more people on Earth, we estimate of 10 billion people by 2050. With that said, we will also have an increased need of food, estimated to about 60% more than we have today. And the fact that all available land that is arable, basically land that you can grow food on, etc., is already in use. It's actually the fact that it's actually decreasing even. So, and also that a lot of the global grain production is lost due to different reasons. And we have more restrictive regulations coming up when it comes to fertilizers, pesticides, etc., and an increasing demand from the consumer. All that together, we must make sure that we are using everything that is growing on our fields in a more efficient way. And when we're looking out on the field, everything looks the same. I mean, we can take a look at it and it looks very homogeneous. It's all very similar. But when you start to analyze the different parts of the field, you can see that there are differences. And that is known to the industry. But what is actually not known for most people is that when you're analyzing a spike of kernels, on one spike you have 30 or 50 different kernels, and they are big variations between these kernels, and that is unknown for most people. So even if they're coming from the same seed kernel from the beginning, there is actually a big difference between the different kernels, and all that we are with our technology able to address. So it's in the end, what we are doing is we are making sure that every kernel will be used for what is best suitable for, or make every grain count, basically.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Andreas, and very interesting. And that led up to the launch in the end January, as we mentioned before. So now you're ready to go to the market. So if we should address what that includes, we could start up with the BoMill InSight itself, the whole technology. Would you comment a little on that, Andreas, before we dive into other questions?
Yeah, so what's new with the BoMill InSight? It's a brand new platform for sorting grains. With that said, we have actually had commercial products before as well. But what is new with this new machine is that we have a much higher capacity, and it will be at a much more attractive total cost of ownership for the customer. So both when it comes to the purchase price, the capacity, and also when it comes to utilities like energy consumptions, air pressure, electricity, etc., it will be much more attractive for our customers. So in the end, you will have a much better or shorter payback time or a return of investment of a machine.
And then it's even modularized, yeah. So
yeah, exactly. So what makes this machine so unique, even compared to other industries, etc., is that it is modular in its design. So if you are fully equipping it, it will have a capacity of 15 tons per hour. But if you like, you can actually start with 15 tons per hour. We'll have 8 modules on or 8 sorting units on the machine. But if you as a customer would like to limit the investment and you would like to start in a smaller scale, you can, for example, start with 1 or 2 modules only. And then you can, at a later stage, have more modules installed and buy it afterwards. So that's what makes it very unique.
And I know you posted a couple of very good movies on your homepage regarding BoMill InSight, where you get some very good insight to what the machine actually offers. Yes. But in terms of building a company and launching a new interesting product like you do, you've been strengthening your organization during the last 3 to 6 months, Andreas. Could you comment a little on that?
Yeah, the latest contribution to the team here is that we have a new CFO joining the team, Kaisa Kapoor, which has an extensive experience with companies that are in our phase. So she's contributing with a lot of knowledge, but also from a personality standpoint, she will be a good asset for us moving forward. So I'm very happy for that development.
Yeah, for sure. A good contribution. While you did your test of the whole InSight, what kind of feedback did you receive from the clients? Because I know it's of great importance for you to build while you fly, as you can say.
But first of all, when you're launching a brand new platform, as we have done, it's very important to secure a lot of different parameters. One of them is stability during operation, to make sure it actually runs without any troubles. It's also about confirming the consumption numbers. So what we have specified, we can live up to. Also when it comes to the capacity, of course. But it's also about getting feedback from the operator or from the customer when it comes to the user friendliness, to make sure that they understand how to use it, and it must be very easy to use it. So all that, and during those, when you receive feedback, you do some fine tuning and do some software upgrades, etc. And then you can make sure that it actually performs at its best. So that we have done for a little bit more than 6 months in an industrial environment.
And you even while you were doing that, received not just 2 orders, but two very important orders, 2 orders from 2 very important players in the field of grain sorting.
Yeah, that's correct. So we have received 1 order from one of the biggest, or actually the largest mobile sorting companies. So here in Scandinavia, Gamle Burholt in Denmark, in Jutland, Denmark. So they have more than 3,000 customers covering all Denmark, but also northern part of Germany and southern part of Sweden. So they will have, on one of their trucks, they will have a sorting equipment from BoMill to be installed here during the springtime.
Oh, wow.
And then the second order we received from Good Mills Group, Europe's largest flour milling company, with 25 factories all over Europe. So they will install a machine at their site in Hamburg. So it's not so far away from here, actually.
No.
I
know when you're preparing for the launch, you also, as a company, focus very much to build organically. So you chose out some sectors that you want to approach for the first, because of course the market is very huge, as you mentioned in the beginning. Yeah. But to get the right track in the market, can you tell a little about what sectors you are looking into and what markets?
Yeah, so basically we have focused on 2 what you call industry segments. One of them being the flour milling industry, and the other being the malting houses or malting industry, where basically it's producing malt for the beer and distillers industry. Those are the 2 industries we're focusing on, and for the malt house, it's basically about barley. And for flour milling, it's about wheat. So you can say that we are focusing on these 2 industries, and it's about barley and wheat. And geographically, we are looking at Europe as a market, but also North America, where we have a good support from our distributor in the US, especially, and also in South America or Central America. So those are the areas that we are focusing on, and the different segments.
Andreas, you're running an outsourced business model. How do you secure quality, which is of course of great essence? Could you elaborate a little on that? Systems in place, and how to work with your players in the field.
You mean from a supplier or?
Yeah, from the supplier. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No, so, I mean, we have strong partnerships with some different suppliers with redundancy, actually. So we have also possibility to supply from others, but we have identified a few different ones that is helping us. And then what we are doing, we are assembling and doing the factory acceptance test here at our site. So we are doing the quality assurance and doing the final testing in-house. It's also a way to assure, first of all, again, it's about building quality, but also about building knowledge to make sure that what we are supplying to the customers actually meeting the specifications required. And so to make sure that we're living up to what we're promising or committing to.
Yeah, important to keep that in control.
Definitely, especially now in the beginning.
Yeah, and it's no problem to scale up if you get a lot of orders immediately. That's no problem at all, as I understand it.
No, it's not, because I would say that all of the suppliers that we are using, they are also supplying to really big companies. I mean, many of them are supplying to companies like in the region here, Alfa Laval, Tetra Pak, and that kind of companies. And they have capacity to scale up to our needs. And when it comes to the assembling and the testing phase here, that's actually not so time consuming. And so that we have the resources, we have the possibilities enough to scale up. That's not a concern. It's more actually, I mean, if you should elaborate on that, it's more about having enough people to actually install them and support them after the installation. But the actual production and so on, that's not the concern.
And how do you secure that? Because that's the other side of the equation. So the supplier side, then you have the market side, if I may call it that, sales reps, service reps, installing people. How do you... What is your plans?
So when it comes to the markets here in Europe, we will go hand in hand with our customers, making sure that we install it, we train the people, and then we are following up on it. So it's typically industrial sales on this level. But then, for example, if you take the market in US and also in South America, we have a strong distributor there that they have local engineers that will be trained on our equipment that will be able to support the installations and the support for customers. So it will be a collaboration with them and with us.
Yeah. And again, you will, of course, as you mentioned, educate your partners in how to install and quality insurance of the product at the client side.
And that's really important.
Yeah. So, Andreas, finally, is there something else we should be aware of now that you're actually out in the market?
No, but I would like to, as a part connected to this, we have also released or developed a lot of new marketing material to support when we're coming into the commercial phase or selling phase of BoMill InSight. So we have released 3 new films. One is about more introducing BoMill from a corporate standpoint overall. And then it's one that is more specifically explaining the machine or the equipment as such. And then we have a third movie explaining how a typical business case can look like. In this case, we have chosen for the malting industry. And then we have updated our website, and we have some other marketing or selling material as well, like the product sheet, for example, that we have available for our customers or for the market.
Yeah, with that said, first of all, as Andreas mentioned, please follow the company on home site or LinkedIn. Otherwise, most of the stuff you see there, we post on our site as well, either on Andersen or on HA Capital. Just for curious about BoMill, because they're entering the market now. So with that said, Andreas, thanks a lot for a really nice presentation. And as always, I hope to see you soon again.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you very much.